resolution, or a goal? What is your teen planning for 2025? I gotta tell you, mamas, if your teen has a hope, has a resolution for this year, there's going to be a huge difference between the expectation and the reality if your teen is focusing on a resolution and not a goal. Your teen has to have a SMART goal for 2025, not a resolution. We're going to talk about that more in a second. What's the difference between, say, a dream, a goal, and a New Year's resolution? And if you want to find out how to help your teen really actually make some changes this year to really improve those study skills, to really make those dreams related to school and not related to school actually happen, you've got to stick around. I'm Jessyka Coulter, the CEO and founder of Jessyka Tutoring, and I am a study skills expert. I teach teens how to learn through study skills so they can love to learn. If you'd like to talk, let's schedule a free consultation, even schedule trial lessons so your teen can learn these study skills like goal setting. So let's start at the top. What's the difference, mamas, between a dream, a goal, and a resolution? I want to know your thoughts below. And I gotta tell you, there's this really amazing quote. I can't remember who it's by, but essentially, a dream is a goal without a deadline. And I love it because dreams can turn into goals. And that's the hope. Is mamas, I want your teens to actually dream, to actually have something he or she wants to accomplish, say in 2025, say in the next 2 months. Like, we got to have those dreams and we got to have those goals. Now, the difference between a goal and a New Year's resolution, the reason your teen has to have a SMART goal is because resolutions have no plan. There's really no reason for your teen to make that resolution an actual reality, like that expectation of, hey, this New Year's resolution that I want to make happen, it's not gonna become reality, mamas. Like, it's just not likely to happen if it only sticks as a resolution. So big difference between a resolution and a goal. And the reason here is we're saying it's a resolution for 2025. That means your teen has all year, 365 days, 12 months. We can break it down if it's a goal into a short-term goal, say a long-term goal. We can figure out, okay, what part of this are you doing when? But a resolution just says, hey, sometime this year, sometime I'm going to get this thing done. And maybe your teen decides, it can wait. No, not now. No, it can wait. Oh, why not just wait until this day or that day? And suddenly it's December 31st. And your teen's like, oh, this New Year's resolution still hasn't happened. But the even more likely thing to have happens, mama, is this thing called Quitter's Day. This isn't something I was very aware of, so I'm curious, mamas, if you've heard about it. If you have, let me know below. But I gotta tell you, Quitter's Day is January 10th, 2025. And if you want to know more, stick around, or maybe look it up real quick, but I'll tell you about it, so just stick with me. But do know, mamas, if you're enjoying this video, if you're like, okay, I want my teen to have a goal, I want my child to actually make a goal happen this year, then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because there are more videos coming your way, all about study skills, all about helping your teens love to learn, but you're going to miss them if you don't follow, if you don't subscribe. So, Quitter's Day. This is the second Friday in a new year, and it is the most likely day, kind of like based on hundreds, thousands of surveys done over the years. I'm trying to remember the company's name, Strava, something like that. Back in 2019, determined that the second Friday of the new year is when most people give up on their New Year's resolutions. So, I mean, we aren't even talking a full month, mamas. And your teen has this New Year's resolution, super excited, super ready to make it happen. And then it starts to sink in of, wow, just how much work is this going to take? How badly do I really want this? Does this really matter to me? And I got to tell you, mamas, we choose this big, scary, overwhelming idea. We think, hey, this is what I want to make happen. But your teen has no plan, has no idea on how to make it happen. It's a lot easier to push it to the side, to forget about it, to ignore it, than it is to go, this is what I want to make happen this year, and this is how I'm going to do it. Now, your teen that has a SMART goal, your teen who doesn't just have a New Year's resolution, instead is excited to actually make it reality, to not just live with the expectation of, I'm going to do it somehow, some way this year, but instead has the steps in place because he's gone through a trial lesson with me. Maybe she's gone through the entire Love to Learn Study Skills program with me and knows, okay, this goal needs to be sparked, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Now, we might have different words that represent different parts of that SMART goal, but that's the way I teach it. And I gotta tell you, your teens have to be super, super specific with this goal. Okay, a New Year's resolution to say, do well in school, not gonna pass the SMART test. It's not specific, like what does a good grade look like? Your child who wants to get into a certain college, I want to get into a good school. Okay, what is good? Or maybe we make it a little more specific by saying, I want to get into so-and-so school. Like that's awesome. Like that's an awesome New Year's resolution. That's a start of a goal, but measurable. Well, either you did or you didn't get into the school, you did or didn't get such and such grade, if we can make it not just good grades. But then how is it going to actually be achievable? How is it actually going to be realistic? If your child has never gotten an A in his life, and suddenly it's like, this is the year I get straight A's, probably not very achievable or realistic, unless something changes, unless your child gets some help, maybe learn some new skills like study skills, okay? And timely, what's the deadline, right? With a resolution, it's the end of the year. But with a goal, in order to not have that overwhelm, to not have that procrastination, to not have that, someday I'll do it, well, we've got to figure out, is it 2 months from now? Is it 6 months from now that we've done this thing? So mama's huge difference between dreams and goals and resolutions. If you want your teen to actually achieve this New Year's resolution, actually make it go from a dream, a hope, a kind of out there thought into reality, not just, some oops, then your teen needs to learn how to learn. And one of those ways your teen needs to learn how to learn, one of those study skills is goal setting. So schedule a trial lesson. Help your teen learn one of the 12 study skills. And when your teen realizes, hey, this thing that I've wanted to do, it suddenly seems possible. It suddenly seems doable. It suddenly seems like, hey, I know how to make this New Year's resolution reality. Like I know because of Jessyka, what she taught me. Well, suddenly this one goal, this one resolution becomes many, many more goals this year, many, many more goals in the future, because how to create SMART goals, how to actually write them down, think them through, and achieve them. It doesn't matter if we're talking a 7th grader trying to get a good score on next week's math test. Doesn't matter if it's a high school senior trying to get to a certain college. It is the same process. So mamas, please stop your teen from having New Year's resolutions. Instead, encourage your teen to have SMART goals. And I'm the person to help make it happen. So mamas, links down below, purchase that trial lesson so your teen can learn this series of steps in just an hour. Like literally in an hour, we can figure out what is that goal that your teen wants to accomplish in 2025 instead of that New Year's resolution that's not likely to actually become reality. So thanks for listening, mamas. Have an awesome day. And let me know if you learned something down below that was like, wow, I did not know this about a resolution, did not know this about SMART goals. I want to hear it down below. Talk to you soon, mamas.